tired. In today's video, we're gonna see if I'm able to read 24 Hours Brandon Sanderson, and specifically I will be reading Mistborn Era 2, so I really want to get into the first book, Alloy of Law, second book, Shadows of Self, and probably, potentially, let's see if I'm up to the task to read Book 3. It's been a little bit of a hard time for me to get into these books. I read already book 1 and 2 like years in the past, and I actually did not like them. But I am now kind of like re-sparkling in love from Finlock, and I really believe that by reading this now, I will feel different. So come with me and let's see how this challenge goes. First check-in, there's been already almost 2 hours since I started, and I'm like around 100 pages more or less. It's taking me a little bit more to get into it because I've been a little bit distracted and honestly tired. So not a promising start, but it's a moment now for a coffee and just to change things up. It's 9:15 and I'm going to have some dinner, and I will keep reading, this time on audio. I'm now at page 138 and I'm actually really enjoying this book so far. I'm kind of like, what was it that I did not enjoy? I am loving the characters, loving the setting, loving the humor. So far we're just getting introduced to the characters, It's actually very fast paced. There's been already like 2 big fights up till this point, so things are moving nicely. Good morning. It's 7:30 a.m. and I'm about to finish already Alloy of Law. I just have like 100 pages, a little bit less to go. So my idea is to end it up before breakfast so that then I can move to second book, Shadows of Self, easily, and then let's see if I'm able to get into book 3. So far I am really liking the story, although somehow it feels that I'm not gonna have this incredible Sunderland ending, like everything is rushing and collapsing, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna have that. But overall, characters compelling, the story, it's unique, it's different, but it's kind of like a thieving and a mystery story, which not bad, but doesn't feel as Sanderson as much. So 3.5 stars, not bad, but promising start. It actually ended in a way that felt a little bit underwhelming for a Sanderson book, but I reckon there's a very good set of things, and I am assuming that this story will get more thrilling and epic, hopefully, as time passes. But overall, my feelings. The magic system, it's obviously amazing because it's allomancy, so same of Mistborn Era 1, although it seems as well as a little bit of a watered down magic because our characters will mainly have kind of like 2 powers, allomancy and feruchemy, but not really being very powerful, like managing all of the different metals. It's like I can escape the comparison. Then characters, I actually really enjoyed the 3 main characters that we have. I am in love with Wayne. I just think he's so funny, so cute, at the same time brave. He has fantastic magic, and it's just a show. Whenever he is on a page, I'm like, yes, read more. I've been reading Mistborn since yesterday, 6:30, and I'm surprised how much I'm still in this mood and I'm not really wanting to go away. So I guess that's a good signal. It's really a series that it's a joy to read. It's just that I believe I'm still seeking, like, give me something else. But honestly, I do like easy to read, fast paced. I am tired. So it's now 2:30. I am starting to feel tired of just reading, and my brain wants to zoom out more and more and more. I'm on page 278. This seems a better book, but it's a little bit more dense. Kind of like first book was really plot driven, very fast. It was such a breeze to read. And this one, it feels that the stakes are higher. We will get to know more about our characters from Mistborn Era 1, which always is such a rush. But at the same time, I feel that the stories of the characters are not really as if it was a group, but it just feels that they are on different paths. We will still have this kind of like thrilling mystery session, but the pacing is way slower. We are taking the story over more of a greater time span, which makes sense. It's more Sanderson. I guess I just keep reading. Okay, so it's 6:30 now, and I've just finished Shadows of Self, so book 2, Mistborn Era 2. I must say, this is a 4 stars for me. It started being such a different book from book 1, and it almost feels as it can read as a standalone, same as the first one. Like, I know the story is connected, but it feels almost like this very thin thread connecting the different stories. Although this one had a little bit of a cliffhanger that I'm just can't wait to get to book 3. In terms of pacing, this book felt so much slower, so much Brandon Sanderson in a way, and it delivered in terms of the ending. So I finally got my "this is amazing" kind of vibe, which I deserve it. Then the characters, I loved it a little bit less. Like I said it before, but I rather prefer them when they work together rather when they are doing their separate quests. And these moments are still the ones that I cherish the most when appeared. Basically, I'm starting to think that Mistborn 2, it's kind of like Batman, but with guns. So it kind of like feels like that. It's Batman, it's Robin, it's the city, that it's not Gotham, but there's this corruption, and there's this lord that really wants to fight crime, but he is kind of like, also have my lordy things to do. The nemesis in this book was incredible. Overall, the story, although it started almost being as a thriller, a mystery, and it just evolved like that, it suddenly took a most epic and almost religious turn, which I really enjoyed. Let's see where I can go with book 3. Good morning. It's about 8:30 and I've just finished Bands of Morning. So book 3, this has been so far the best of the series with a 4.5 stars. It still overall feels a little bit behind of Mistborn Era 1, but nonetheless it really seems as something now that it's thrilling, that it's epic, and I am really liking where the story goes, and I have no doubt that the book 4, The Lost Metal, will be amazing. So hopefully if we continue down this trend, we will have a 5 stars there. And this book also changes a lot compared with the last 2 books. This is more of an Indiana Jones kind of a story, and although there's this thread that continues from last book, we will see other characters that come into the picture, and we will go back to the dynamic of first book of all the characters together, which I really enjoyed. The pace of this one felt on point for me. It was plot driven, but at the same time felt a lot more character driven than the previous book, so it really allowed me to connect with the different characters. I am hating, or I hated a lot, Wax for a lot of time, but now I just feel that I'm at peace with him, but he's still the least favorite of all of them. Kind of like this heroic character feels a little bit shallow for me, but Maurice, Wayne, and also Steris, which is one of the characters that we will get to know more in this book, were outstanding. Magic-wise, this is like the book. It really touched not only on allomancy and alchemy, but also other sources that are being investigated, and I thought that was really interesting. It was borderline scientific, and I thought it was great seeing the Candra more here, and seeing some discussions also with Harmony were really thrilling for me, and honestly that ending was so great. Summing up, I've been reading since Friday 6:30 and it's now Sunday morning. It's been 24 hours more or less since I started reading Mistborn Era 2 non-stop. Of course I had some sleep, but that was mainly what I did. So let me know down below, what are your thoughts out of it? I actually feel pretty good about these, like I've connected with myself and with the books, so I might be doing this again in the future. And let me know, what are your thoughts either about Mistborn Era 2 or about reading non-stop?